How's everybody doing? Oh, how about that devil moon? Almost like you got the devil on your shoulder, huh? It's just what it is. So, it seems that there's been a lot of talk about what's hidden behind Pisces moon. Well, I mean, it could be devil Capricorn moon or Jupiter energy. So, I mean, do your research. I know everybody wants to know what's going on so bad. And we all do. We all do. It's just what it is. I know they're wondering what the Pisces knows and, you know, what kind of reincarnation the Pisces sun is and la-da-da-da-da. That's what it is. It's just what it is. However, yeah, we'll be going forward. We've got pretty much all we know. I mean, now that natural disasters and things are happening for coming after the Archangel, it's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. The lesson learned in this is don't go up against the divine. That's what it is. Now, when I hear you ladies talking about them siphoning energy or harvesting energy, I mean, especially when Reiki's omnipotent, omnipresent, and available everywhere. However, when they siphon energy without consent, from an infinite, immortal, spiritual being, when I call my energy back, that would be the question. Where does that come back from, the harvester? I mean, energy is energy. Everything vibrates. Everything's consciousness. Everything is alive. So as you hear these ladies talking about them harvesting off of the sun, and, you know, that karmic groupies or whatever got together and figured out that they were stuck in their worst nightmare. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about people stuck in a nightmare while I'm living my dreams. It's just what it is. You got to think, though, the INFJ is known as the consciously unconscious human. And it's what it is. I mean, we can kind of just go anywhere. And it's what it is. Now, when I hear readers talking about aneurysms happening to these people from their spell work, I mean, what's the difference between people doing spell work and getting aneurysms and infinite, immortal, spiritual beings having a human experience? Because when you look at that comparison and contrast, it's just what it is. Because there's a lot of that information about an earth angel beating unalive magic, and that's got to be a shocker. That's got to be a human slider phenomenon shocker to these people. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do. She said the earth angel is just doing the breath work and the serenity prayer. That's what it is. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. That's what it is. You're going to be seeing a whole lot more paranormal things happening. And that's probably only because they went up against a paranormal INFJ, and what they wanted for the paranormal INFJ is what they wanted for themselves. And that's fine. That's fine. Can't do much about that. I mean, if they wanted a natural disaster or they wanted to flood the clairsentient with emotions, the universe only responds to how they feel. And when I hear that energy about they have cursed themselves and all involved, well, I mean, is that like all involved in the communities that are flooding? I've heard a lot of that energy about storms brewing. It's just what it is. I mean, we don't want to be in communities where storms are brewing now, do we? It's just what it is. Just what it is. Anyway, when I see that clickbait about the spell work backfiring and now people are having aneurysms, I do believe that's how the Wrong Dead Dad for Thanksgiving went out. I think he had some kind of brain issue. Some kind of brain fart just blew. It's what it is. His brain didn't work anymore. So I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. Never met the guy, never cooked him Thanksgiving dinner, none of that shit. So not much I can do about that. So it ought to be exciting. It ought to be exciting to see how all of this pans out. It's almost like the dragon's pan is on your planet, isn't it? And I mean, when you have light that triggers demons, I guess that is kind of like a frying pan for dragons. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Everybody knows so much. there hasn't been just a whole lot of communication. Everybody is in Wonderland. And when they want to know why all of these covens tea, why did the tea get spilled? Why did the cow jump over the moon? And why did all of the tea get spilled? Well, I'll tell you, because they were into our Akashic records. They've been harvesting starlight energy off of star seeds since our birth, and they just don't want us to know that. They don't want you to know that. They don't want that secret coming out that, they're summoning sex gen and weird things of that nature. And it's just what it is. Now, I mean, me personally, I have to I have to go incognito into those realms of existence because I see in the darkness. However, you can't practice Reiki for entity removal or reptilian removal without consent. And I don't even know if I want to do that anymore. You can't help everyone. And when that shit's backfiring on entire groups, there's just too many people to fuck with. It's just too many people to fuck with. Not too concerned about it anymore. There's just better things to do. Better things to do than to help people that can't help themselves. So because that's why they were harvesting our energy. They just couldn't help themselves. Just what it is. Anyway, so I mean, with all of the competition and trying to compete where they don't even compare, there'll be some jealousy, there'll be some envy, and I mean, if we're calling back our energy from entire groups, it looks like there'll be some immortality, and I can't do anything about that. Sirens, there go the sirens. That's the whole thing about Reiki. And I said this the other night, when they christen a child, when a child is born, and they put a shield of protection around that child, they talk about that aura, as long as you don't toy with it, as long as you don't put toxins all into the situation, which I guess we're all kind of accountable for. It's just what it is. However, we can get over it. And I think that's pretty much the best thing that everyone should do at this point, is to get over it. I mean, we can't change some things. We can't change toxic exes and their friends now being stuck in a nightmare. We can't change the fact that large groups of people came together and tried to unalive an immortal. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my life. Anyway. It was a nice spiritual test. It'll be neat to see how everyone passes or fails, because it looks like we're going to be able to see, but we're going to be seeing those who pass and those who fail passing away. It's just what it is. It's called the morning star energy for a reason. And I mean, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. And yes, I mean, that's the best part about a hate train full of trigger demons. When a hate train full of trigger demons crashes, I mean, you don't want to look at the hate train wreck. You don't want to look at the hate, but it's just what it is. I mean, your neck does swivel. We are kind of like bobbleheads. Your head just kind of swivels. It's just what it is. Can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about fallen angels and all that shit that's on your planet. I can't do anything about that. Are they ascending? Are they fallen angels that are ascending? Did they complete their mission they came here to complete? Because, I mean, everything is fated. Everything was pre-written. Everything happened as it should. And that would be the lesson in all of this. Oh my God, look what's happening. Yes, it all happened as it should. A lot of people don't believe in that. There too again, they're not spiritual warriors with the shit lined out. Gotta keep passing these tests. And they will. They'll continue to try to put tests in front of you. And then they'll end up with, more earthquakes named after their children. They'll end up with more hurricanes starting the season or ending the season. We did. We ended the season with Hurricane Milton last year. It's just what it is. Chances are they were trying to take out an Earth Angels Foundation. Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Milton built my foundation. So it's just what it is. It's fucking 60 years ago, but it's what it is. It's just what it is. 1100 on the clock. Yeah, and it is. I mean, today would be the day of completion. Today would be 0710 completion for divine endings and conclusions of 2025. And we made it through. When I hear readers talking about people having aneurysms from their spell work backfiring, I don't believe in that. I don't believe the ancestors are going to let them off, because death is a blessing. I don't think they're going to let them off that easy. Because you can't go from them having to experience every moment that they put the Earth Angel through to just being able to exit early. But it's what it is. It's what it is. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. And when I hear a reader say, what was the lesson in this? Well, it certainly wasn't how to heal yourself or others. It certainly wasn't how to heal yourself or others. There was no healing in any of that shit, 12:12 on the clock. No healing in any of that nonsense. And that's fine. As if anything, they were trying to block, stop, impede, because they didn't want the truth to come out about how they were manifesting with the sun's energy. I mean, honestly, that's fine, because I guess the longer they harvested it, the longer I'll be able to call it back. So it just works out. It's my energy. So. And it takes a lot of energy to do all this healing after, surviving voodoo and whatever the hell y'all are talking about. That's what it is. I certainly hope that wasn't on my business. Just like I certainly hope Lake Isabella earthquake wasn't a Mother's Day present. Or Hurricane Barbara being the first big bad wolf of the season. And yes, Pisces, you will be witnessing their karma. There's nothing I can do about that. Maintain 5-star reviews and keep it moving forward. Because you got to think, any opportunity that they blocked it so it was a lesson in how to be blocked. Because they're now blocked. I can't do anything about that. What they wanted for another is what they wanted for themselves. In groups, 14:14 on the clock, gaggles, hives, herds, and it's what it is. I mean, I guess when a karma earth angel wants to become a teacher, they either teach healing or karmic lessons. And it's what it is. I mean, karmic lessons were meant to be learned. So, keep your energy protected. I might do some readings. I'm enjoying the by the moonlight. Here, look here. I'm crushing the devil moon. Crushing the devil moon. Crush. Anyway. Yeah, pretty serious backfires going on. I mean, that would be the energy of, how did the Earth Angel know? Because they were in my energy. If they're in my energy, they're in my Akashic records. And the last thing, that's the thing, is instead of telling the truth about how many people were involved, they want to continue it on because they're not smart enough to see how bad it turned out for the ones before them, and they just followed suit. They followed the leader right to the slaughterhouse. I can't do anything about that. That's what happens when you follow the crowd of sheep. You're staring at assholes until you're in the slaughterhouse. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. So, everyone, focus on your healing. Focus on your self-care. Trigger demons in a nightmare. Focus on waking the fuck up. It's what it is. It's the best they'll ever be able to do. Especially with natural disasters being named after them. It's just what it is. However, when I hear a reader say that they were blocking, stopping, impeding, trying to destroy an Earth Angel's destiny, did anyone ever stop and think that maybe that was the destiny? And now we can move forward with what we got to do. So it's what it is. They had to do what they had to do. Now we get to go forward with what we want to do. So it's what it is. And yes, the Matrix is going to completely be falling apart because of this glitch. I can't do anything about that. They can do government cover-ups all they want to. You can't cover up Lake Isabella earthquake for Mother's Day. You can't cover up Hurricane Barbara. The church of gang stalkers will be able to gossip about that shit with their big bad wolf halo down for the rest of their days. That's what it is. They held a grudge for 20 years over me trying to leave. It happens every time you try to remove that Empress energy, they lose their fucking skadoobles. Anyway, Dorothy summoning the djinn, that's already been called out. Yes, I've had contact with Dorothy. Do I agree with that reader? Yes. Did she have that body jumper? Yes. Have I experienced that body jumper consistently since our first encounter? Yes. Are people going to believe that shit? No. That's why I don't fucking tell them. And I tell my clients, when you have these paranormal spiritual experiences, because you're on a different frequency of reality, you can't go to YouTube and pull these fucking videos up of people having these experiences and then come to me and me not believe you. Simple enough. That's why they come to me. Are they few and far between? Yes, because you're a rare breed. You're not like everyone else. Everyone else is on the fucking hate train that's crashing. The rare breed, that's where 5-star reviews come in. That's what it is. And as far as you ladies telling the planet about people going, because that's what it was. They wanted to hinder all of the Earth Angels' connections so it would be easier for them to harass them. Well, yeah, because they're pissed off trigger demons. And they have to keep in mind, you know, I don't abuse my abilities because they'll never forget it. I wake up to women in a Hooters going, oh my God, this motherfucker's not real. Ah, blah, 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 blah. What language do I want to pray in? Ah, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone lives. So, that's what it is. And I mean, that's generally the issue that you're going to run into with me is you can't save these people. Every time I save them, I get karma and they live. No. If I take a step back, they get to meet their exit plan, and I get to carry on about my merry way. So, that's what it is. I would much rather go about my merry way than help anybody the fuck out from, meeting their exit plan. So, it's good enough. We tried, and it's just what it is. That wasn't good enough at helping people out. No, that shit didn't work. Shit didn't work. And now what do you have? Bodies all over the fucking place. Imagine that. Imagine that. Everybody got what they wanted. They wanted to see their, that was the energy that was in the cards, was they wanted to see their unalive magic work on an earth angel. Okay, great. That shit bounced right off me and worked on everyone else. Congratulations. Congratulations. In signs, synchronicities, and omens, you did a great job. You did a great job. You let the death cult win a couple natural disasters. Congratulations. It's just what it is. It's the best they could do. It's the best they could do. Right? Do they still feel challenged? Absolutely. What triggered demon wouldn't? However, yes. Now their intentions backfire on them instantly, and I can't do anything about that. They made it to the point of enough is enough, and I can't do anything about that. Now they're all worried about their fate in groups, gaggles, hives, and herds, and I've still got 5-star reviews. Congratulations. Congratulations. Both parties got exactly what they wanted. That's what it is. I wanted 5-star humans of love, light, health, wealth, and abundance, and these people wanted death for another, only to find it within themselves. So, congratulations. Everybody got what they wanted. Lesson learned. 21:11 on the clock. So everybody enjoy that full moon. It's just what it is. Right? Keep in mind, we've already got evidence in Texas of a woman cooking a dog. Oh, kind of funny too. Her name was Lowe. I'm Scott Lowe. Her name was Lowe. Low key to Reiki in my birth chart. Her name was Lowe. So yeah, that's what it is. As soon as I hear that, that is spirit telling me there's 16 bands of frequency. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When you have a low, re, do, that's spirit saying, hey, low key to re key, pay attention to this shit. Body jumper evidence. And wouldn't you know, it was an 11-year-old devil. That's what it is. Kind of hard to think that, she didn't freak out seeing this kid. I guess any kid that caused the cop on their parents would be seen as a devil to the woman. However, I also have a 5-star client who sent me a photograph of a daughter exhibiting the same symptoms. However, it was set fire to the home, fighting with the mom and the dad. She doesn't want her back in the house. That's what it is. I guess the key would be wanting that entity out of the child, but they have to have consent, or they're going to be tormented forever. Look at Lee in the UK. There goes the sirens. Emergency. It's just what it is. However, no. I mean, this is those times of revelation that they were always talked about. The dead rising, all that fun shit. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Continue to protect myself from those entities that they have been sitting back waiting. Right? Because that's the energy in the cards. They have been sitting back waiting for what they sent to the earth angel, which would be a Pisces, a Sagittarius, Neptunian energy that rules Pisces sun, and a Leo rising to the Most High Saturn boss cat. Okay, great. All right. The symbolism in tarot, that's my birth chart. Okay, cool. So we can agree. We all know who the fuck everyone is now. Right? Are people going to understand the two-faced side of this shit? No, their specific goal was to have me and my feelings all upset and depressed because I feel the pain of natural disasters. Okay, great. So if I know that's what they're going to do, then I'm going to be over-fucking-joyed that these people got to meet their maker. They got their trip to God. That's a blessing. Simple enough. Simple enough. Trigger demons don't get what they want, and you guys get to figure it out. Simple enough. Simple enough. And it cracks everybody open to the awareness of spirituality. When you hear a reader talking about God hid the earth angel in plain sight, this is fucking Divine Street right here. The divine being is hidden in plain sight. This is Divine Street right here. It's called Divine Street right here. It was kind of funny to see Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom didn't make it. Yeah, what was his name? McMahon? Yeah. Freaking looks like our master of ceremonies went ahead and took out Mahon. That's the corner right here. Divine and Mahon. That's spirit speaking through people through symbolism, or it's a fucking illusion gone very, very bad. They're trying to derail the Earth Angel again, and I return that energy to him tenfold. I accept it as truth, or I return it as negative intention. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Anyway, namaste.